On the previous video, we have created a MongoDB connection, and this is our DB URL from env. And we know how to get this URL. Just watch my previous video. So this is the connection, this function, and this function we have imported and just calling at the top here as the function. So now if we run our server, start, okay, MongoDB connected. That means our connection is established, it is working, server is running and connection is established on this. This is the host. So now we'll learn how to create this MongoDB schema for storing data on MongoDB. So for that, in the user module, we'll create a file called user.schema.ts. schema.ts, and here first we need to import Mongoose from Mongoose, and const user schema. You can give it just any name, and we need to create just a object called new mongoose.schema, but without using it, we can just extract schema from this mongoose, and now it should work. Okay, it will work. And we need to just create model for this, export default user. Okay, so this name you can give it just any name, but we are creating this user schema for the, that's why we're giving this name as user. And this is how you can create Mongoose schema to store what type of field you need to store on that MongoDB database. So in our case, we're just setting name field, and we can pass name field on the MongoDB in a document. We can add multiple fields, but without using required, we can make like this name, just simple string. Will still work. Like name string, like we need email for user, and we need password. Like we can create it, and it will be just worked. Okay. And after that, we need to create mongoose.model, and we need to give just a model name where the user related files will be stored on our this Express server database on the MongoDB. Okay. So this is how you can just simply create MongoDB schema and MongoDB model. You can give it just any name, and it will be just converted as a lowercase after pushed on the lowercase. And suppose we have given this name as a user, but after just a push on the MongoDB, it will be just user. This model name will be just users, not user, and it will be just lowercase. Okay, you can extend our schema, like type will be string required true, and we can also use like string true. And that means our name will be just, suppose we have an string called hi, and okay, so AWebCode, and this name has just this gap, like this type of gap. And if we pass any type of data from client, then it will be stored as a, like this is equals to, it will be just convert MongoDB automatically after the set on database, like that. It will just remove empty space between on the characters. Okay. And we can also use like unique true. So name must be unique, and you cannot store multiple values, multiple documents in with same name. The name must be unique, so you can use like lowercase field. So name will be just lowercase, it will be just converted as a lowercase. And also you can use like index true for indexing and better performance for searching. So most of the time you don't need the most of the field, so you need just like that. Name is required, so you can, if you don't pass this, then name will be just optional. Name is not required if you not pass required just manually. So if we pass required manually, and if we don't set name from whenever we will just store data, then it will be given us error that name is required. The type is string required, and email will be just really true. Also you can use regex like this. We can use regex like that. We can use regex like that. And okay, here this is our problem. We can use regex that Unix or email is just a valid email or not. So we can pass regex like that. Well, not only email, we can pass this regex or regular expression for any field to set validation. So our email will be unique, and we can convert it just to lowercase. Okay. And our password will be string, and it is also will be required. Type is string, required true. Okay. So now we have this export default user, and we are now able to use this. So in our, we're going to just user controller, await user. We need to import it from user schema. So this is our user schema from here. So this is our user schema. You can give it just any name, it is not required, but make sure that you have set your model name to, you can set it to any name, and it will be just, if you pass it singular, it will be just plural after just push on the database. Okay, so user dot, so you have lot of methods to use to your specific use case. So in this case we will use create method. We will use create method in here to create new data, like create and request.body. So whatever we will pass in here, that will be just created, and it will be just return this name, email and password, and we are just passing to client back this user response what is this created, and our every field is required. So if client not pass like name or password, then it will be shown as an error. Okay, so I'm opening Insomnia client. In this case, this is our prefix slash user API v1 slash user slash create user. Then we have just connected our create user controller with this endpoint. So this is our base URL and this create user function. So we have to set our endpoints slash API v1 slash user slash create user. We need to pass like name, email and password. Just, you can use random password, but in this case we'll use 1 2 3 4 5 6. Okay. Also you can use here in your schema, you can test this password just minimum length will be the 6 character, or maximum length will be like 10 character or anything else, whatever you want. So in this scenario, create user, we have pass name, email and password. If we send, wow, user is created, and we are getting that unique identifier of every document, and our data is created. And if we check it on our MongoDB Atlas, then we will find this data. So it is created, and we create a new request called get users. We make these routes protected for access only admin. We will learn step by step everything. So get users, it is get method, base, and URL, we are getting suggestion slash user slash users. Then okay, not working. That means we have not used anything in here. We need to use this. So await user.find. It will be find everything from this user model. This user model will be return everything, like this is an array of this user document. Okay, so every document will be returned in find value. Okay, we have just one document on the user model. And so in this case, we are using just fake data. We can use manual data with like, so I'll just remove it to remove a web code email. Will be just a web code @gmail.com. Send. Okay, working, and send again. Oh, server error. That means if we check, okay, error is handled by try catch block, but if we log it, PLG error, you're logging the error. Okay, so duplicate key email is, we have set email as a unique identifier, but in this scenario we are using this mail, we are using duplicate email. That's why this error. So where is our error? Okay, we can handle it. We will handle it, and this error will not appear in our console. We will handle it by globally. So this is how you can create this MongoDB schema. So if we test, server is still running. Get users, okay, server is running, and now we have these two documents in our user model. Okay, now we just random data, and in our data, if we check it out, we don't have like created add and updated add field, but we can set it like created add. It will just require true or date.now, or updated add date.now. So without doing this, we can use built-in function or built-in just property in every schema. It has in every schema there's type instant true. So whenever we create new data, just created an updated add field will be automatically updated, and whenever user update this document, then updated add time will be added automatically. Okay, so this is the benefit and extra plus point for us. Okay, so you can play it user.find for finding a lot of all of the documents from MongoDB, user.create for creating document. You can pass like that, like name request.body.name, email equals request.body.name, and role is not required, but we are not getting an error. Role, we are passing role, but we are not getting errors. Okay, role is not required in our schema, but it will be not set on the role will be not set on the database. That is because we have not set role field in our schema. That's why it will be just not set on our database. But it is not given an error that role is not exist on your schema. So it is a problem or errors. So we will solve this problem easily with Prisma, and we can manage 6 type of database with Prisma with same functionality. So with MongoDB or with Mongoose, we can just handle on the MongoDB database, and we need to learn a lot of functionality. Suppose type user dot delete one, delete many, and lot of functionality you need. Like this is just nothing, but if you dive into deep in MongoDB, then you need to learn a lot of things. So how, if you manage everything like SQL or MySQL database, and 6 type of database with you can handle Prisma with the same functionality, same schema, and minimal configurations with type safety. And whenever you pass like role is not exist in your schema, then it will just gives you error in real time immediately, and you don't need to create like user related schema like that. So this is, we need a lot of boilerplate code. And suppose we have Prisma, then we can write in the single file with just like 3 lines of code. Just 3 lines of code, we will create this whole code. So our at the end of the day, our goal is to create data and store data and simplify our work, not make our work complicated. So work, we should every time work is smart, not work hard. So that's because I'll show you and I will compare between this Mongoose schema and Mongoose functionality and Prisma functionality. So in the next video, I'll discuss the difference between how we'll solve this lot of boilerplate code writing in just we'll simplify our works. Simplified works with the 6 type of database, SQL or no SQL database with Prisma. So we will use Prisma in our whole project from the next video.